Morning Internet.
This episode of Good Morning Internet is brought to you by Genesis Week, the show that explores the origins controversy from a Christian perspective, featuring Ian Juby.
And you can find that at wazulu.com or at YouTube at the Christianima Network.
If you're in Canada, you can also find that on TV on the Miracle Network, and you can find it right here on OtterTunes.
This is Tim Peters, a.k.a. Chaos Otter.
And this is Oren Otter, also known as Eric Very to the IRS.
And today's topic is how early is too early to start getting ready for Christmas?
Now, personally, I don't think it's ever too early to start getting ready for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is just great. It's wonderful.
Well, yeah, no argument there.
You can never have too much Christmas.
But then again, you also want to keep it special. So you don't want to have too much Christmas because then it starts not being special anymore.
I don't know. I mean, Christmas is like a birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Basically, it is a birthday, right? It's Jesus' birthday. And you can celebrate the fact that your friend is alive all year round. But when it comes to that one day a year, then it's more concentrated. So I don't see any reason that you can't celebrate Jesus' birth all year round.
True, but you do have to save something for Christmas Day, or at least the season surrounding Christmas Day.
Well, yeah, and we do. I mean, we have opening presents and hanging up stockings and Christmas dinner. Those are all for Christmas Day.
Yeah, but you shouldn't go singing Christmas carols in October.
Well, what's wrong with that?
It just makes them not special anymore. I mean, you can't just start singing Jingle Bells in October when you're still gearing up for Halloween.
Actually, I'm glad you picked that one, because Jingle Bells actually is not a Christmas carol. Did you know that?
It's not. Well, I guess you're right. Technically, it's not, because there's actually no mention of Christmas in the song.
No, there's no mention of Christmas in the song. It's actually about winter. It's a winter carol. And
Lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. That one is also a winter carol. It's not a Christmas carol.
So what you're saying is it's okay to sing songs in October if they're not actually about Christmas.
How long have you known me, Chaos?
Literally my entire life.
You know I set aside a particular hour in the morning to play Christmas music all year long, just because I love Christmas music that much. I mean, who doesn't like Christmas music? I myself love waking up to Christmas music on the radio. That's one of the great pleasures in life.
Yeah, but that's different because then you're setting aside a special hour for it, so it still remains special.
You raise a good point. You raise a very good point there.
Now, of course, we can't talk about this subject without addressing Christmas in July.
Yes, a pseudo-holiday which has become extremely popular.
Now, is there an actual date for Christmas in July?
No, there is not. But at my house, we always celebrate it on the second full weekend of July, since that is when Nickelodeon used to run their Christmas in July. I don't think they do that anymore.
More's the pity.
Okay, now hang on. I thought that you were arguing from the perspective that it's bad to start celebrating Christmas too early.
Well, yeah, I think it's bad to start celebrating Christmas too early, but Christmas in July is something different altogether. I mean, that's just one to 3 days in July, and, it still keeps things special. And it just whets the appetite for what's to come later in the year.
And plus, it is great for people south of the equator, like in Australia and South Africa and places like that, where they can sing all those aforementioned winter carols, and they actually make sense.
Yes, because south of the equator, Christmas comes in the middle of a nice hot summer. So it's either celebrate Christmas in July or go to Antarctica for the summer. Winter. Summer?
You'd be going in at Christmas, so it would still be in the summer. You'd just have winter weather down in Antarctica.
That's right. July is in the middle of winter, south of the equator.
Yeah, so it gets complicated.
Now, Christmas lights, that's another subject.
Yes. Now, my mom is like you. She believes in holding off to the last minute, so she doesn't like decorating for Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
But after Thanksgiving is over, that's when she goes whole hog.
She's hanging garland in every room. She's making Christmas quilts and hanging them up. There's no stopping her. But she doesn't like having the lights up before Thanksgiving. She thinks that's just taboo. But my dad has gotten smarter over the years. See, he likes to start decorating the outside of the house as soon as possible, because he remembers years past when he waited too long and it got freezing cold.
Yes, and it is hard to hang up Christmas lights on those little gutter hooks when your hands are getting numb from the cold.
You speak from experience.
I do. I do. Remember, I date somebody who's half penguin.
Meaning your wife.
Yes, but she wasn't always my wife, so I would go to visit her and everything would be frozen over. So I know what it's like trying to function in the cold.
And how's that work out now?
We have dual thermostats. I have my half of the house that I keep warm. She has her half of the house that she keeps cold. But basically, we put two houses together, is what we did. And so we meet in the middle, and we're happy.
That's good. Anyway, back to hanging up the Christmas lights. The problem with that is the stores aren't always ready with the Christmas decorations.
Which is really strange because, the stores usually start getting ready for Christmas around Easter time.
No, actually, it's in July that they usually start getting ready, which is one of the origins of Christmas in July. I used to work retail, and that's when we start getting ready. There are 6 seasons in retail.
Kind of like with our radio station.
Yeah, they last about 2 months apiece. You have Valentine's Day season, then spring/Easter, summer, back to school, Halloween, and Christmas.
And Christmas is, of course, the biggest season of the year.
Yes, a retail store makes a minimum of 1/4 of its profits in the Christmas season. So they have to make sure to do it right. That's why they start getting ready back in July.
That explains a lot. That does explain a lot.
Anyway, my dad and I were getting ready to put up the Christmas lights just today, and we went to find the hooks to put them on the gutters, and we couldn't find any. So we went to the store. They had just started putting out their Christmas stuff, and they hadn't gotten to it. So they said, come back in a week. And we went to the dollar store, too.
And by dollar store, you mean mini mall.
Yeah, the Julesburg Dollar Store, all that jazz, has got so many other businesses in it. It's like a whole shopping mall, basically. You got the flower store and the coffee shop, and of course, you've got the Christmas room in the back. So they have Christmas stuff out all year round, and they still didn't have any Christmas light hooks.
Gasp.
And they said they'd have some out in about a week, just like the other one. We met it with my sister on the way home, and she said, well, why don't you try the hardware store in Big Springs? Because they start putting their stuff out super early. And Dad said, no, we're just going to wait.
Yeah, because with the price of gas going to Big Springs, that would end up being like, a $7 box of hooks.
And that's one of the tragic things about living in a place like Sedgwick County. It's not as bad back east, because they have like a Radio Shack and a McDonald's and a Walmart in every rural town, but you come out here and there's nothing. So you have to go to the next town to do your shopping.
The next town being like Ogallala, Nebraska, which is 30 miles away.
Yeah, to us here in Julesburg and Otter Crossing, Ogallala, Nebraska is the biggest city. And you're in rural America when the big city is called Ogallala.
And the price of just getting there anymore is pretendous.
It's terrible. I used to live in Julesburg and commute to work in Ogallala, but I can't do that anymore because it would just cost too much. I'd be spending everything I make on gas.
And I think we've gotten way off the subject of celebrating Christmas early.
Well, not necessarily, because that's one reason to start concentrating on Christmas early. You buy your Christmas presents when you have the opportunity to go.
That's a very good point. But it's time to end the episode now. So let's get out our random endings. Notice I didn't say dice.
Very good, because dice is plural. We don't want to seem uneducated.
And the ending is, brush your teeth as you say goodbye.
Okay, well, this has been an excellent episode of Good Morning Internet. We thank you for joining us.
And I hope you'll come back and visit us again for another episode of Good Morning Internet. And Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bye.